Hello and welcome to Jumble Lane. Today we're going to have a look at an easy way of connecting your droppers. Just a slightly different way than what we see a lot of people doing it these days, where you haven't got to go under your layout. If we take a look at the front edge of my layout, all the way around, it has this mini trunking, and inside it I've got my bus wires. The bus wires are just normal household wiring cable, and they are just 1mm to 1.5. I've got some old and I've got some new cable. The old being the red and the black, which you can no longer use, and I've got the blue and the brown. I'll just use the blue and the brown for now. And this is the end of the run at this one, and you can see my droppers come through the front of the baseboard, which come from the track, and then they just go onto the Vera board. Now this is the Vera board, which is easily cut to size, and what I've done, I've cut it to length, just about big enough to go inside the trunking, and then I've soldered the wires, the bus wires, to the end, and then at every point where the droppers come through, they just come into the holes at the back and solder to the front. The ease of doing this is the fact that you can sit at a chair and you can just solder at the front. You haven't got to get on your back underneath, and yeah, people have come up with ideas using screw block terminals, chocolate box terminals, the crimp terminals, all sorts of different terminals, but you've got to get on your back and underneath the layout. This way it's so easy, you just sit on a chair at the front of your layout and solder the wires onto the bus wires.
Before you drive, fix it to the light. If you can pull one through either way of oiling, blow up and destroy, we'll do a brake test, and as soon as you're ready we'll set that. Cheers. Morning, Jeff.
I have these short pieces of Vera board at several locations along the front of the layout, and as you can see I've got connections at the top there and some at the bottom here. If I turn it upside down, you can see I've got colour coding, red and black. That goes to the track, and them are the droppers for the track, and then the blue and the brown, these are the supplies to my point motors. That's just a DCC feed. Yeah, I could take it all off the same feed. Basically, I've segregated my feed to the point motors and DCC accessories from the track. There's no specific reason apart from the fact that if I want to change the way I do things later on, I've got that ability to keep them separate. When I've got all that finished, it just lays back in the trunking, and then the lid just clips back up and clips into place and gives a neat edge to the layout. It's all hidden away but easily accessible. Where I've got my control panel, the trunking goes behind, and I can, if I wanted to, just make a hole like that and then access through that area there. One thing to remember when you want to do something like this, there are different types of board you can use, but this is just the plain copper clad PCB board that you would normally etch into a circuit board, printed circuit board, or you can use it to solder under the tracks at the end of a pull-out or something like that when you want to keep them in position. Don't get mixed up with the two, it's easily identifiable. What you've got to do is get the ones with the strips and the holes, and quite easy to get from either places like eBay or Amazon. Anywhere online, just look for, search for Veraboard, and they come in different sizes, but they're all about really cheap, so makes life very easy.